Alright, hey everyone, this is Will from Productions², and we are back this morning to do some more streaming on the new plugin, the Advanced Weapon plugin. Last night we got to a point where we have the weapons showing up in the weapon list here, and we also have the weapon information showing up over here in the status window. And it updates the information. What we're going to be working on now is when we click on this to do the OK select, we're going to be changing the size of this window and also displaying a window down here. Let's see. I'm still trying to decide how to do this. Well, first of all, let's do this. First of all, let's fix this stuff and so we can resize it and see what the actual size of this window will be. So we're not gonna have this stuff on here anymore. We're not gonna do any of that. So actually, as a matter of fact, we can just take this and put it back down here. And just take this X, we won't need that. Then we can change this to 2. I didn't even see that up there earlier. Alright. Now, save that. And let's drop the width of this window for the weapon list a little bit. Crap, I went way too far up. Scene blacksmith weapon list. So we have the width set to 250. Let's try dropping it to 175. We'll need to change this down here to 175 as well. Okay, should be good. Let's go ahead and restart. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, it looks okay. The main problem is that this is still too small for that. So the text size is 22. Let's see. What if we change the text size down to, well, font size down to, say, 18. Just looking for ways to kind of maybe not have to make this too large. The problem is that it's based on the weapons that are available. And weapon names can be just whatever, so it's kind of hard to make a standard size for this. I almost want to make so that's kind of better, but I mean it's kind of small on the text size. I think 20 is probably the lowest you want to go. But what I'm talking about is, so like if you go to the item screen here, you have something like this where you just list out everything. I almost want to do something like this first, but if we do it this way, there won't be a status window. I want to be able to at least see some basic information on it so you can tell which one of these is which. Because we have multiple swords, and you want to find the one sword that's like a level 5 sword that has, whatever. Like, for example, let me just go grab some more. So, like, if we didn't have this here, you'd be looking at this saying, like, oh, which sword is this? Which ones are these? You'd have to go in there, select it, then look at the stats, and if it's wrong, come back out. So I think this is probably the best way. It's just, dealing with the text size. So let's put this back to 20. And let's put this back to... Alright, even on that size though, that text for the Ton of Darkness is still getting crushed. So it's still not large enough for that. So let's put it back to 250 and see what that looks like. So, I mean, it's still kind of being crushed, actually, which is interesting. Well, actually, no, that is right. Oh. Well, it looks like it's right, but I think it's still a little bit crushed. Draw action item. Item width. Draw action item. Oh, so we're doing a rect width. So item rect for text. Text padding. So we're just using the text padding, which is what? Set to 6, okay. Okay, let's make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so we have all this space here that we're not using really. So just the main problem is going to be, dealing with the descriptions, which I I didn't actually try and figure it out. So let's make this 275. Don't want to go too big on the selection window. That might have to be something that has to be a parameter so that it can be adjusted based on whatever name people are using. Yeah, that's better. That looks more well, actually, no. Because you can see we have way more space now on this selection, the empty space here. So actually, we could probably put it back to where it was. It doesn't seem like it's being crushed. Or maybe it was being crushed, but not very much. So 275 is too much. Maybe 255 will be just the right amount. Again, your mileage will vary on this because it depends on the length of your weapon names. So if you have a weapon that's 20 or something character name with it or something, yeah, there's no help for you. Yes, that's not so bad. Okay, so we have this stuff. Now, what I want to do is on weapon select, we want to hide this window. So, this dot underscore web list window dot hide, and this dot underscore web list wind dot deactivate. I think that's, yeah. Next we want to create, so basically I'm just going to take this, well, yeah. I'm going to take this. And we're just going to basically copy it down here and change just what we need to. So create what's this one called? Action pane. Create action pane. So all the same stuff, except web action pane. We'll call it action window actually instead of pane. So window action pane. We will not pass through the weapon. So we don't, well, it's the status window. We won't need to do that. So okay, we need to cancel. We don't need a refresh on this. That there. So okay. Now on that, we need to now do this dot create action window. Create weapon action window. Weapon action window. And then we need to go this dot. Come on. Alright, and then let's see, on web act select and on web act select cancel. Okay. Now, so we'll need to go build this window. So window underscore action pane dot prototype. Equals object dot create object window selectable dot prototype. So okay, will we need to pull the width, height, and XY information out of this? That's an interesting question. So we're just gonna have what, 1, 2, 3, like 4 or 5 options in this. So we need to have level up, refine, synthesize, repair, and cancel. Yeah, 5. So I think what we could do is, because that's only going to add a little bit more, so we could actually probably take some of the height off of this. The reason why we're doing a lot of height on the weapon select is because we want to have a lot of weapons being shown, so that we can, so you don't have to scroll through too much. Like if we only did 2 or 3, and you had like 10 or 12 or 20 or 30 weapons in the party, in the game party weapons list, you'd have to scroll a whole bunch. So for this stuff, we're not going to do any scrolling. It's going to be a static list. So we should be able to just have it work. We'll need to, we do need to pass the help window through, though. How did that go? So, create bank details, no. Create, action pane. So we just pass through set help window, this help window. Okay. Let me go do that, as well as modifying the, set help window? Yeah. Oh, we need to call show help window and refresh, I guess. Actually, no. Show help. The help window is already being shown. Oh, that's interesting. It is being shown already. So maybe we'll do some work to where initially the help window isn't there, so maybe we can move this stuff up a bit and make this a bit bigger so we can have more lines of text. Anyway, so it's already being shown. I don't think we need to show it. So now the width we want to drop to so let's see, refine, repair, synthesize, level up, cancel. None of those are going to be as long as Katana of Darkness, but they're not going to be as short as Sword either. Somewhere in the middle, say 175, and on the height, we can probably drop that down to maybe 215, I'm thinking. We'll see how that works. Now, we need to call window selectable dot prototype dot initialize dot call this XY width and height, and then we need to this dot com list equals, so level up refine synthesize and repair, and then cancel. Whoops, what the hell am I doing? I am creating a list of lists instead of creating a list of strings. Okay, there we go. Then cancel. So now this underscore help text list, I think is what that one is. Haven't used it enough to know it by heart. Help txt list, yeah. So, level up your weapon. Define your weapon. And these might be something that you could set as a parameter as well. There's going to be a lot of things to get parameterized in this, and will probably do so. But it's going to be a really complex plugin, so there's going to be all kinds of places where we could find things to parameterize and pull out so that they could be set, changed to whatever a developer would want to change it to. So refine, synthesize. We're just going to use the mount your friends naming convention here. Repair your weapon. And then turn the precious. Turn the precious to Gollum. Turn the previous window, I guess. Or return to weapon select. Okay. Then call this dot refresh. I think we do have to implement the draw items. I have a command items one up here, don't I? Yeah, let's just copy this. Okay. Now, on... We also want the on... prototype dot... on OK select. On process OK. On process OK equals function index. The underside of the index. We are going to need a store. Well, I'd like to not pull the index out just straight from it. I'd like to pass it out through a function like you're supposed to do. That's what object-oriented programming is all about. So, we will pass out the... So the index will pass out the... Like we did with the... over there in the bank, will pass out the com list text for the selection, index selected. So we will create a new variable up here, list underscore selection equals nothing. We'll make a function to get that. Nothing too hard to do. Then this dot underscore equals this dot underscore com list, and then this dot underscore index, or rather we'll just use index. Index gets to pass through rates. Or wait, let's go back and look at this one. On process OK. Oh no, it doesn't. Never mind. Never mind. It's on the select. So take that off. Yeah, we have to use this index. Again, not too big of a deal. And then call window selectable prototype dot handle okay. Process okay. Okay, so that should show this list. We get those items shown up. I think we need to call update help text though. I think we need to add that to make the help text window work. What else might we need for that? Process okay. Update help. I think that's all. Oh wow, that's actually I named it the exact same I named it over here. Awesome. I didn't even realize that. I could just drop it in there without having to change anything. Nice. Okay. So now, when we select a weapon, we're going to now, instead of just having it go into an infinite state of I don't know what to do, it's going to, on weapon select, what, where are you? What the heck? Oh, up more to weapon select, almost cancel, here we go. I was looking at the wrong one. It's on web select, it should be on web act select. That's what's going on. I didn't change those function names. It's like, what the hell? I thought I typed stuff in there. Alright, so once we select something, we're going to hide that window. We're going to create the action window, and we're going to show it. Now, what I want to do is I want to update the size of this window somehow. Which is something I've never done before. But it seems like it should be possible to do. So is there some way to like update the window width? Oh yeah, I think I just saw no contents width. Updates. You would think there'd be a way to do this. So uninitialize, move. That's interesting. So we're calling move. So okay, initialize function. We're passing through these x, y with height, and we're actually calling move to set it. So if we call .move again, we should be able to reset it. Interesting. Update padding, opacity tone, and create contents, opening, closing, dimmer, sprite. Okay. Let's try that then. Let's try calling move on this. So basically what we want to do is we want to update this this window, because if we're gonna shrink this down, we need to make this expand out and down to whatever sizes we want to do. So now, so let's actually make this a function set dot update web stat window. Okay, so their height is going to equal so it's going to be we'll just rebuild it. So it's going to be the help window. So this dot help window dot height plus 10, and that's going to be subtracted from graphics height. So that'll get us the height of the rest of the window. So basically, this will allow us to make the window height go down to the bottom of the screen. So width, for width, we need to use this based on the action pane now, the web action window instead of the weapon list window. So well, let's actually do X first, because then we can use that for the width. So the X is going to be this dot underscore web act window dot get width. So we'll need to get width function. Plus 10. Var y equals and then var width equals x graphics minus x. Then this dot underscore web stat window dot move, and then it's xy width height, and then this dot web stats. Okay, so we'll see if that works. What else might we need? I think that's it. So let's see if all these changes worked here. Let's go back here. So new game, grab some weapons. Okay, oh yeah, we need to create the get width and height. Well, at least to get width for that one. Yeah, I forgot to do something. And we'll have to set that up here. All right. it's undefined. How can it be undefined? It's part of the base class. So yeah, when we call the initialize, we call the initialize for that, and that calls the move function. So why can't we call the move function directly? Oh, property of move is undefined. So in other words, cannot read property move of undefined. That means that the it's probably the name is probably wrong. It's probably WAEA, right? Maybe I should just just change that to being right. WEP instead of WEAP. Yeah, that's what it is. Let's just fix that and put WEP instead of EAP. Where all is that used though? Oh, down here. That's right. Or no, it's on the we pass it through. There. After that issue happens enough times, I just rename it because that's what I want to call it, but it's not what I named it. So, okay, awesome. Kind of. The height is still a little bit kind of weird, but the move worked. We got that to show. The list didn't write though, because we didn't refresh. I think that's probably why. Oh no, we did call refresh down here. Interesting. Let's see. Draw item, draw action item. This is index, this item X. Com list, this com list. Interesting. And then this also went a little bit too far down, as you can see. So let's tackle the height of this thing first, because that's not correct. So height is graphics height minus the help window height plus 10. So the help window height plus 10 for the space subtracted from the graphics height. How does the move actually work? Oh, that's interesting. So I guess we're using the core definition. So this dot x equals x, this dot y equals y. Nope, we're not using that one. That one's just xy. The one with xy width and height. Tiling sprites. I don't think that's it either. Here we go. Window.prototype.move. So X is X and Y is Y, or 0. If width does not equal width or height does not equal height, then reset that and refresh all parts. So we're not adding it to it. It's just that the height value is somehow really messed up. So graphics.height minus this help window plus 10. So maybe we need to do this. Okay, that was it, yeah. So now it's binding to the bottom of the screen there. We've shrunk this down a bit and extended this out a bit. Now we need to figure out why the command list isn't populating. It probably has to do with something that we missed adding. So let's see. Com list, selected action, update help. So get help window text. Get help window, max calls. So draw item, this dot action item, and then draw action item, and all this stuff. Process OK, update help. So we're not calling refresh here, we're calling refresh on the scene, so maybe we need to do the same thing over here. Because maybe at that point it's ready to actually draw the stuff. So let's call refresh from the scene instead of there. That would be needing to be called from actually up higher. So update window there. This dot web at window dot refresh. Okay, let's see what we get. Aha, there we go. Good, that's just about the right size that we need. Awesome. So, level up your weapon, refine your weapon, synthesize your weapon, repair your weapon, and cancel your weapon. No. So I don't have the cancel for that set up yet. So what'll happen is we'll have this here. Actually, we could probably make the text a bit bigger. And then when you select something, then it'll pop up, so we'll have this over here still. It'll pop up a window here, show you what you need to spend to get that. So like if you're leveling up, it'll say EXP needed, and show a value, it'll show gold needed, then the value of gold, if you have enough of that. And then have like an OK or a cancel button. Like for refine, it'll be gold and maybe items. Maybe we'll add an item, the ability to have items be a cost for refining, and then make that something they can turn on and off, like with the golden item system on the class changer. Then synthesize, we'll hide this window and bring up a different weapon select. We'll copy that again and use it, the weapon select function, Or maybe not. Maybe we'll use the same one and then just update the information over here so that you can select the weapon you want to synthesize. And then when we come back to it, we'll show the attributes that you will pull off from it when you synthesize. So that's the other thing we have to do now. We need to build the parameter list and the trait list. The traits there are not parameter changes. So, okay, that's down here. So now what we'll do with this, since we're going to be having to have 2 of these, we need to create a function. So on refresh, we'll pass through true or false. We'll do so B is expanded info. And if not B is expanded info, then we'll do something. We'll call a function, and if it is that, then we'll call the one that has all the information in it. So window this dot basic info, else this dot expanded info. That'll go there, and then we'll have the extended info, which we're going to build now, and the other one. Okay, so I've got this basic stuff already done. So we'll just do the, we'll use this example as our guide here. So I can get rid of some of this empty space so you can see everything together. So we got this, now we need a horizontal line. I need to go to, I think it was in here we did a horizontal line. Or not. Maybe I saw it over here in Windows. There it is, horizontal line. So line height. Windows status. Let's just grab this, throw it in here as a function. And then the what was that called? Line thickness? Line height? Line height. Okay, no, we're passing through line height times something. To get the to get where to draw it at, right? So that would be on the Y. So it's going to be 170, I think. So let's just be pretty close to that. Maybe 175. So that'll be the horizontal line that'll separate the top information from the bottom information. So we need to draw a vertical line. I mean, we could probably change some of this stuff to do it, but I wonder if there's already one here. Draw. Alright, it's not there. So, wait, wrong one, that's why. Draw line, text. Alright, we got the horizontal line. So, line equals y plus this line height divided by 2 minus 1. Fill a rectangle from 0 line y, contents width, 2 line color, and then opacity. So, if we want to do this as a vertical line, I think we would just switch these two parameters. So, in other words, instead of running on the y, we'd do it on the x, and then the y would be well, on this one I think we want to do an x and a y because we don't want it to go across the entire length of the window. We want it to go most of the way across. So, let's have an x and a y for what it started at. So the x should be 20. We'll change that to the x's first. Okay, so line height, so that's setting up the size of it. So y plus line height divided by 2 minus 1. So, line height times 0, draw block, horizontal line, 6. Okay, so line y is used for the y, which is the location on y where it's, okay, that's fine then. I don't have a line height function though, I don't think, in here. So let me go see what they're using. Is it a function or is it just a... Well, it's both. So 36. We'll just see what that does. May have to adjust that. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, 36. We were going on 30 though. I believe. So 530. Yeah. $30. Oh, that's a double one, right? So actually what we could probably do with this then is just say this dot line height times 2. Or, well, we'll work that out later. Because that's going to be, it's going to have to be y variable that'll be set to 15, I guess, at the start, and then we'll add to it with line height. For now, we won't do that. So horizontal line. So we don't want to do contents width on the width of it. We want to do so on the X, we're going to do X. So it's going to start at 20, and then I guess we should do contents with minus X, so it's 20 on both sides, on each side. Alright, let's see what maybe this looks like. Before we continue. Oh yeah, it doesn't even show up. Nice. Very nice. This dot draw horizontal line. Contents paid opacity. Fill rect X line Y. So if X is 20, line Y is 175. So Y is where it would start. And then what we're doing is we're adding line heights to it, which is 36. Dividing by 2 and subtracting 1. Let's not do that. Let's just say Y. And see what it does. If anything. Nope, still not getting anything showing. Okay. Well, this dot line color is not returning anything. So maybe we need to do an actual color there. Nope. Okay, still not working. Draw horizontal line, not working. Alright, let's see. RPG, maker, and V. Draw horizontal line, not working. Let's just say draw horizontal line. God, this whole thing, it's all sideways again. Okay, simply do this. Draw vert gauge. Interesting. Color.new. Those are for vertical lines, though. So the process should be similar. So Y is... Let's go back to the draw horizontal here. Draw horizontal line. So paint opacity, fill rectangle. This is on Windows status. That's on contents. So that should be there as well for the set line color. Turn this down normal color. Change text color to this done normal color. Oh, okay, that's interesting. So fill rectangle. So that's not in here. Maybe that's part of core then. Aha, yes it is. Probably a few of them. So yeah, oh, bitmap, and I guess it's, yeah, it's this one. So we have to pass through a color. Yeah, so X, Y, width, height, and the color. Fill style equals color. Gauge back color. Which is this text color 19. So return this text color 0. PXPY. Return this one. It's going to get pixel PXPY. That's kind of weird. So, new color. What was the one they? How'd they use it over here? New color. Where the hell are you? Let's see. Here we go. So color dot new, then 3 digits. Color dot new. Then okay. Let's see if that works. So like these lines here is what we're trying to do on ours. am still not seeing it. So maybe it's not being drawn in the right location. Maybe it is being drawn though. So we're saying X is 20, so it's going to move over 20. And then the Y we're passing through is 175. So it should show up underneath durability somewhere. But it's not. So, why is this not showing? Windows status. Alright. So, var line height is line height. Clearing the contents. This is on the refresh. So, we're calling draw block 1, then draw horizontal line. Alright, let's so it's not part of that, so we don't actually need to add that as well. So line color, let's save that. Let's see if it shows up this time. Nope, still not. Okay, so what do we need to do to make this show? X and Y, fill rectangle X, Y. Contents.clear. This one's actor, line height. Or actually, we have the, yeah. So, let's change this to 30 instead of 36 to start with. So, we have, var y equals 15. Plus this done underscore line height. times 3 times 3 times 4 times 5. And this would be times 6. Let's see what we get out of that in terms of what it looks like. So yeah, still looks the same there. Oh, I know why. I need to buy a bang head here sign and put it on this door. We are passing through we're passing through the boolean, so it's always drawing. It's probably worked this entire time and I just hasn't, you know, we haven't noticed because I haven't fixed this. Crap. Okay, let's actually go and do this correctly. So, stat window, false. Then down here, when we update stat window, true. Because now we're using the extended information. Okay, let's go see it in action. When we spend 15-20 minutes on that, just because the boolean wasn't there. Holy crap. That's the story of my life, though. Line color is not a function. Good. Awesome. Even though we have it defined. Oh, we didn't rename it, did we? Yeah. We didn't rename it. Not rename it. May not even need it at all. We might just be able to pass through the color as a thing. Instead of saying line color, normal color. And returning some weird ass value from some weird ass function somewhere. Alright, there it is. Boom. That's kind of interesting though. We said 20 and it's like way over here instead of way over here. Interesting. Is that because the contents width hasn't been updated? So like if we drew this how it was before, would this actually line up with the edges? I wonder if the content size hasn't updated. It's an interesting thing to see there. Okay, so that works. Now, what I want to do is, we want to make this a little bit brighter, so let's make it 65. I'm going to try doing a vertical line next. So, still the same way, I'll make this 7 so it goes down a line. Then let's make this this dot contents dot this dot contents dot or this dot contents width divided by 2. That's a funny looking 2. So we're going to divide it by half. So we'll get the full size, divide it by half to get the middle, and then we'll draw this line on there. This is going to be draw vertical. So we'll say vert. Draw vert line. So let's copy this. So what we need to do then, I would say, for the vertical line is basically switch these two. So this becomes line Y, and this becomes X. That's just my feeling. It'll probably just totally, horribly go wrong, but that'll tell us what we should do if it does go wrong. But I think that should be, if not right, at least interesting to see what happens. Contents width is not a function. Yet I'm using it down here, this dot contents width. Oh, typo. Cotents, oh god. Yes, we're making co-tents. Conjoined tents. Draw this not draw what for oh I didn't rename the function. Okay, that works too. One of these days I will be fine. But not this day. Okay, we have absolutely nothing, which is what I thought it would be. So, what we want to do is we want to draw it vertically. So, the thing we have to change is not this. What we need to change is the fill rect and how it processes that. So we need to go find fill rect, and I need to bring it over here. Context.fillRect. Oh, awesome. We can't even go find it because... Oh, wait. No, it's the exact same context.fillRect. So, wait. How... What the hell? It's calling itself. That's interesting. Blah. So, unless there's another fill rect function out there somewhere. It's all, now it's references. Damn. So, X and Y. So, X is the coordinate for the upper left corner. Coordinate Y is the one for the upper left corner. Yeah, that sounds right. It should probably either be bottom left or bottom right. Or maybe upper right. CSS format. So one would think that if we have the upper left corner and lower upper left corner. So how do we change this to draw a vertical line? Changing the X and Y didn't work. So X and Y. I mean, it should work. So what's happening here is that, oh, height. Gotcha. The height is what needs to change. So it should go this way. 2 and this. Okay, maybe we got there eventually. Let's see. Oh, and so now, so there's the width. This is going to be content's height. But we have to do some other things first. So we need to subtract from this the Y. So we have the content's height, but we need to take out the what we've used so far in terms of the window for the Y. So contents height minus y. That way we're starting at the particular line and we're going down just as far as the bottom of the window. Maybe a little bit less. We'll see if this works first, and then we'll think about changing other things. Okay, so that didn't show anything. So let's think about how this is operating. So X is going to start in the middle of the window, and we're saying that Y is going to be just underneath this, so it should be like starting here somewhere. So then we're doing all this, which is doing the line Y. So the X and the Y, we're saying the width is 2, so it should be this width, and then the height is contents height minus Y, and then the line color. So, what is still wrong? So, var_line y plus this dot line I. So, y which is this plus 36 divided by 2 minus 1. And then this dot contents width minus x. And that's setting the width of it. And then the height is 2. So like, for example, if I just change this to, I just want to see, since this isn't working, let's just do this and see what happens. And see if that even works at all. Because maybe contents height doesn't return what I think it returns. For example, I mean, it should return the height of the contents window, but maybe it doesn't, because lots of things don't make sense. That's interesting. So it only made it a little bit larger. So contents height minus y. That is interesting. So what if we said, so let's make, let's store an 8. Let's store the height for this window. Where are you? Weapon status, window prototype basic info, initialize, line height, this dot underscore height equals height. And let's use that instead. Maybe contents height isn't the right thing to use. This dot underscore height minus y. And let's see what that does. That's interesting. It still is just that. Width and height. Oh, when we call update, because this is the bottom of the window. Yeah, so what I'm thinking is that we need to update, so how do we update the size of the content window? I think that's what's going on, because remember like I was saying how this only goes to here? That's because the contents window size, or contents area size hasn't updated. So the reason that stuff isn't drawing underneath here is because the contents window doesn't go down that far. So how do we update the contents window? So window, it's probably underneath, let's see, window base dot contents. Oh, let's just look for contents. If there was a create contents, window-based create contents. This dot contents width and height. So contents width and content height. What pulls this? So this dot width, yeah. So it's the window width, and standard padding. Oh, there's actually a width. Okay, so we could use this width. But wait, okay, so we're clearing the contents. That's not the same as creating the contents. So maybe on the update, if we then call update, where's the updates? Updates. Damn, where's the update function at? Refresh basic info, line height, expanded info, horizontal line color. Okay then. Oh, or what are we doing with that? Right, we're calling move. That's what we're doing. So this dot web stats. Do we have to pass anything through for that? No. Okay. So let's see what happens. See, this is the kind of stuff you find out when you would maybe never know that this actually is how you need to update the contents window. Ah, there we go. Now we're talking. Okay, so we need now we need to fix this because we kind of royally screwed this up. So this is going to be 2. Alright, and we call this now the line at the bottom, or the horizontal line should go to the edge minus 20. Now it shouldn't be so far over. Yeah, there we go. Well, see, that's interesting though. On this one, it's actually starting closer to this, as opposed to. So actually, we're not. It's not exactly 20. Well, we're passing through 20. That's interesting. So the X is on 20. Oh, but the difference is that's where it's ending at. So that's the width here, minus X. So contents width all the way over minus X, that's kind of interesting though. We're starting at 20. So this is 20, so X is 20. Line height, see, rectangle X, then contents width minus X. But we're only getting this little bit out of it. Over here, this is closer to the... Yeah, that's right. So X is 20, which means it's lined up with the durability. This, though, goes all the way to the end instead of being... It's kind of weird. I would actually like this to be... Maybe let's actually make it go right on top of it. So let's make this be 6. So I'd like it to be more of like a T shape than whatever you would call that. A line and a vertical line and a horizontal line. Spaced apart from each other, I guess. Okay, there. That's better. Now for this though, I mean, I mean, it seems like it should work. Contents with minus x, x is 20, so it should take 20 pixels off. But maybe what's happening is it's, oh, okay, it's taking the entire width, so it's considering the width including that, so this should probably be x times 2. I bet that works. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now we need to do stuff down here, which is going to be interesting. So, we'll use abbreviated names for the parameters. Okay, so we need to create a heading, I think, for these would probably be best, so we'll do like one for... So, we want half of half, basically, for this next one, for the x. So, this dot draw text. So the x is going to be 20. Or rather, no, half of half. So this dot contents... Actually, we need to do it this way. This dot contents width divided by 2, then divided by 2. The height is going to be y plus this line height times 7. And we'll say 150 and left or center. Let's see how that looks. Draw a test. Oh god. X, not S. Okay, typos to the rescue. Alright, so. New game. Take that, go over here. Okay, kind of, sort of. Yeah, maybe. But still kind of. So half of half is not really half. It is half, but then the length of the thing is okay. So we need to take a few more off of this then. Then do this. Cause we need to make sure we're doing the order operations correctly. Then minus 25. We'll start with that. Let's make it 40. Close. Okay, how about let's try 105. Sometimes when you look at how far it changes with something, you can kind of guesstimate. Okay, a little bit too much. I think I was right when I said it's probably going to be 87. Or not said it, but when I thought it. I wanted to type that first, but then I was like, nah, it should probably go a little bit more. Actually, 87 is not quite right either. Let's try 76. There we go. Right in the middle. Alright. So we'll have 2 parameters per line. So, params. So this dot draw text. So ATK. So what we also will need to do is do a sign. So, well, actually, let's do this, and then we'll just put this here. So var sign equals. So we'll say nothing for now. So this dot under if this dot underscore wimp dot final params 0. So I think 0 is attack. Or we actually, yeah, we can just use attack. Never mind. ATK. Keep forgetting I added those in this way. Attack is larger than 0. So you see where I'm going here. Then sign equals positive. Else. Oops, wrong. Parentheses, not brackets. Else. Sign. Oh no, I was right. Never mind. Sign equals negative. Now, you may also want to change the text color based on that later on, but we're not going to do that for now. So plus sign plus this dot wep dot atk. So now the x and the y. So obviously we'll start on 25 for this. So we're going to indent it a little bit more. Y is going to be y plus this dot underscore line height. This will be the last thing I do for right now. Times 8. Let's just see how far this needs to go, and then left. Because you may need to change the font size at this point to make everything fit properly. Yeah, so let's so this dot contents dot font size. So it's at 22 now, I believe. I think that's the default font size. So let's change it down to 20. And let's actually also add to this a little bit so that we're not... oh, yeah. We just need to change... Oh. That should have been Y. Maybe that's why. Okay, let's see what we get. Font size is not a function. Seriously. Contents, oh. Bah. Okay. Alright, let's see if that works. Keep forgetting it's not a function. I always want it to be. It should be a function. I mean, I don't know. It breaks object-oriented design principles to not have it be a function, but... So that's a little bit small. So maybe it's not 22. Maybe it's like 28 or something. So this is like pretty big text. Of course, it may also be this is still a bit small. Let's make it 120. this will be the very last. So after we see what this is, I'm going to stop streaming. So I need to head into work. So yeah, that's better. That's much better. Okay, one more thing. I want to, just because we want to do this really quick here. Attack. Death. Actually, let's do one more thing. Else if this dot underscore wep dot attack equals 0, then sign, then yeah, so this is a case where we're going to do something that we're going to have to specifically state less than 0, because what I want to do is if it's 0, I just don't want to change it. Else if this dot underscore wep dot attack equals is less than 0. And then if it's 0, then it won't be changed at all. So what we'll have to do though is we'll have to do this. So what we'll probably have to do is we'll make this a function. Window dot underscore wep status dot proto set sign equals function. We'll pass through a val. So and then what we just do is call for each. Actually, then this will have to be this underscore, or we'll have to return it. I guess we could do that. That would make this pretty long though. I'd rather have it just be a sign. Yeah. So let's just see what it would look like. So this dot set sign. This dot underscore wep dot attack. I guess it's not too bad. Of course, we're going to change this to return. And then we'll just get rid of this entirely. So now in this one, 25 height plus 130. So I'm hoping that this doesn't shove it over the line. If it does, then we'll need to move this over further and not have it line up on this line, and then we'll have to change the length of this line. But I'm hoping that we don't need to do that. But I'm rather dubious that we won't have to. I think we will. But let's see what it looks like, and then we'll know what we have to do. Oh no, that works. Okay, cool. And actually, actually, we can move it over a little bit further, even. Nice. So now you kind of have an idea of what this is going to look like. So we're going to have the parameters, all 8 of them here. That'll show up. Actually, there's going to be more than 8, isn't there? There's going to be also the X and SP. True. So, will all those fit down here? So, let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8. And then there's 10 for the other ones. So, they probably won't all fit here. Interesting. Interesting dilemma. So maybe what we have to do is, because we got all this empty space over here, so maybe what we could do is pull put this down here and then pull these over here. But then it would still be the same amount of space. Maybe we could put this all in one line somehow and pull this up, but that's still not that much space, really. We're going to need a bigger boat. But that's going to be it for now. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the videos. If you watched it live, thanks. And if you're watching it afterwards on YouTube, so I'm not recording this. It's starting to go like it's a recording outro. But if you're watching this on YouTube afterwards, comments, questions, link below, and appreciate it. You subscribe to the channel. And I will see you later tonight where we'll do some more streaming for this, and we'll figure out exactly what we want to do. So maybe what we'll do is we'll put this stuff over here on the top, and then we'll bring this up to like where this is now. Like, still that's like not a whole lot of space. We may have to drop the maybe we'll have to drop this font size lower, move it up a bit more, and then try and get 3 of these on a line, which we probably could do if we're going from all the way to the edge to the center here. And then we'd have 3 per line, so it'd be 3, 6, 9, 12, 18, 21, 20, 21, 24. So we've got 8 parameters. We have 28 parameters total. That's still not enough room, is it? Damn. Well, that's just here. Once we move this up, we'll have more room. So, yeah, we should still be able to do it. But we'll see what happens later tonight with that.